their starting lineups. Here's Dan Nacarado.
Thank you, my friend Glenn Grunwald. We're at the Salttalk Activity Center on a night that we want to pack the sack with lots of fans. Salina South Cougars are the opponent. They're coached by Justin Ebert in his 4th season, 34-42 overall, 8-5 this season. Coach Ebert replaced Ryan Stewart, a good friend of ours, who coached the girls at Salina South for 7 years. So Justin Ebert in his 4th season, it'll be Ellie Barth, number 1, a 5'7 junior. Briley Moss, a 5'8 junior. Lauren Crow, 5'3 junior. Tamaya Cheeks, the only senior on the roster for Salina South. Tamaya Cheeks, and we've watched her play lots of basketball through the years. She wears number 14. She's a 5'8 senior, Tamaya Cheeks. And then Paitlin Fritz. You can't miss Paitlin Fritz, 6 feet 3 inches tall. She's a junior, and she can be a force both scoring and rebounding. Salina South averages 45 points a game. Hutchinson averages 41 points a game. The Salthawks are coached by Kaylin Hilst in his 2nd season, 20-14 overall, 7-5 so far this season. Lily Rodriguez is the point guard, number 1, a 5'8 senior. Grace Posh, 5'7 senior, averaging 11 points a game. Grace Posh wears number 3. Number 10, the sophomore, who's the Energizer Bunny for this Hutchinson team. 5'4 sophomore Tinley Keaton always brings energy. Number 15, 6-foot junior Ava Crone. And number 23, the leading scorer and rebounder for Hutchinson, Kaya Smith, averaging 14 points a game and 12 rebounds a game. She's a 6'1 senior. And now, with the play-by-play action, the voice of the Salthawks, Glenn Grunwald.
Well, welcome to Salthawk Basketball on KWBW. 1450 AM and 98.5 FM. Talking to town is KWBW, as well as news, weather, and sports. So glad to have you along this evening. Our officials for tonight's ball game are going to be Arthur Fair, Nick Morris, and Michael Williams. Those are the 3 officials that we have for tonight's contest. As last-second instructions from both benches are taking place as the Salthawks get set to jump center be Kaya Smith. She'll be going up against Fritz. Paitlin Fritz, we'll call that name a lot tonight. She is a talent. Actually, she's not jumping her. She's going to jump Cheeks.
Tamaya Cheeks is a good athlete.
So Tamaya at 5'8", you just would have kind of automatically thought that maybe Fritz was going to jump center, and I was wrong. So Kaya Smith will jump it up. Kaya back to her old self after having wisdom teeth removed. Missed a couple games. There's a tip control by Keaton. Hutchinson comes up with a good job by Tinley Keaton to fight for the ball. They pass it down low, and it's intercepted by Fritz. So Hutch with the first possession, but then the turnover. We go the other way, and here comes Salina South with the basketball. They'll set it up on the outer perimeter. Get in and out of Sheik's hands. Ran down by Posh. Here comes Hutch. Second possession of the game. Salthawks with the basketball. Kai Smith on the outside. She'll draw man-to-man defense, and guarding her is Brooklyn Jordan. That's in the ball game. Ball on the outer perimeter, angle dribble. That's going to be kicks Kai Smith outside to Keaton, and she knocks it down. Keaton with the 3 ball, set up 3 from the outside. Hutch is off and leading with the 3-0 lead. Great job by the Salthawk girls. They'll work at top again. I had said Jordan was in there. She is not. We have a travel call, as that was Riley Moss. Traveling with the basketball was the Cougars. So with the basketball now, Hutch with the lead of 3. First minute of play gone in this first quarter of play in this girls' game tonight. Key Ark Valley Chisholm Trail matchup. Hutch really needs to win. Needs to bounce back after those May South losses. Across the top, they'll bring it. They'll back it up, go left side with it. Rodriguez kicks the corner left. Here's Keaton. Only 2 more chances to see the Salthawks at home this year unless they draw a home sub-state. There's a ball kick to the right. Jumper on 18-footer put up by Lily Rodriguez, goes out of bounds on the far side, but retained by Hutchinson, or are they going to talk it over? Yeah, I think it's going to go over to South now. So South will have the basketball. Nope, it's going to be Hutch ball. Baseline left is where they'll inbound from. Lily Rodriguez will inbound.
In high school, the officials just have to talk it over. There is no replay in high school basketball.
Here comes the inbound. They get it into Chrome, bounces back outside. Kai Smith, straight ahead 3, comes off hard, no good. Loose basketball on the floor, picked up by Moss, and Riley Moss will give it up. Here comes South with the basketball. 3-0 Hutchinson with the early lead. Feed down low. Easy basket for Fritz.
Yeah, yes. I'm not sure. Kaya Smith did draw the assignment of guarding Fritz, and she was pointing to someone else as Fritz caught it and scored right under the basket.
3-2 ball game. The lead right now for the Salt Hawks is 1 as Fritz with an easy layup. Might have been some little misassignment there, so we'll have to double check on that. Here's Posh. She'll shoot it up and hit it. Three-pointer by Posh. Good to see her with a quick release from the outside. Took that aim and knocked it down. 6-2 ball game. The lead is 4 for the Salt Hawk girls. Outside left. Here's Cheeks with the basketball. Dribble drives across the top of the lane. Posh on her. Now they go kicks right side. And reset the offense out front. Lauren Crow brings it top side. Nice defense by Crone outside on Moss. Now here's Fritz with it. Bounce pass, trying to go inside, stolen away. Keaton with the quick steal, gets it to Kaya Smith. Smith at half court, brings it across the timeline. Down low, off balance shot, does not go off balance. And a rebound is going to be cleared out of there by Ellie Barth, Salina South. And here come the Cougars on the run. Ball on the outer perimeter, Fritz with the basketball. Step inside, the 4-footer doesn't go. Rebound cleared by Posh. Contact made. Cheeks will pick up the foul. Dan on that outlet pass. Keaton didn't have a lot on it to get it to Smith. If she could have got it to her a little bit more velocity on it, I think Kai could have got a step on the defender and maybe had an easy layup. She had a weight on it. By that time, it gave the South Cougar girl a chance to react to it, and she was able to guard her quite efficiently.
Timing is a big part of comedy and basketball.
Outside with the basketball. And radio morning show hosts as well. With the basketball on the outside. There's Posh. She's knocked one down already. Over's Keaton. She'll shoot another one on its way. No, not there. Rebound popped out. Fritz runs it down. Crone had a hand on the rebound, but was not able to come up with it. And we go the other way. 6-2 ball game. Hutch with the early lead. Cheeks with the ball on the outside. Wants to dribble across. Posh on her. They'll kick corner right. Back outside. Cheeks has it again. Jab steps. Pulls back. Outside the arc. She goes to Fritz. Set it up outside again. Fritz playing outside the perimeter. Kaya Smith shadowing her.
I'm scratching my head as to why Caitlin Fritz is playing on the three-point line.
That's what I was wondering. There's a missed shot, and rebound's cleared out by Posh. She'll take it all the way down. Left side jumper, ominous way. The three ball won't go. The battle for the board, knocked out. Posh gets it right back. She steps in, kicks it to Kaya Smith. She sidesteps, holds up to the corner. They go. Three-pointer on his way. Good. You heard Coach yelling corner. That's because Posh was wide open. It is raining threes on the Salt Hawk end of the gym tonight. 9-2 ball game. The lead is 7. We will take a quick 30-second timeout. Again, a 9-2 lead for the Salt Hawks early. 3:56 to go in the first. Back to the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. We will return after this 30-second timeout on the Salt Hawk Radio Network. Back to the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Glenn Grunwald, Dan Nacarado with you. The broadcast crew for KWBW for high school sports. 3:56 remaining to go in this first quarter of play. Salt Hawks with a really good start, Dan, with 3 trays to show for their effort and a pretty good defensive stand as well on the Salina South end of the court. So Hutch kind of cooking on all 8 cylinders right now.
Absolute excellent start for Hutchinson when you hit 3 three-point shots in the first 4 minutes of the game. That's a good start.
South brings it up. They've substituted. That'll be McNeil in the lineup. There's a basket quickly up underneath. And Fritz with another one. She has both baskets that South has. 9-4 ball game. The lead of 7 counts down to 5 now.
Both trips when Fritz went to the block, she got the ball and scored, but she's been lingering around the perimeter most trips.
Lily Rodriguez with the ball outside. Holds up in the Crone. Ava kicks it outside. Keaton had it for a second. Gets called for the travel. Keaton tried the ball fake, hoping to get her defender up off, and just took an extra step inside there. Ends up being a turnover against the Salt Hawks.
Let's see if Fritz goes to the block this trip, because most of the trip she's just been kind of waiting around the three-point line.
Bailey Fuller brings it up for the Cougars. Back out to Fritz, top of the key, 3-ball, got it.
Well, that's why she's hanging around
That's
the
why
three-point
she
line.
can knock down the three. She has all 7 points that the Cougars have right now. Here's Lily Rodriguez into the forecourt. Here's Keaton, sets up, 12 foot away, too strong, rebound, easy one for South. They'll kick it out, and with the basketball, Bailey Fuller will bring it up for the Cougars. She goes back out top of the key, they reverse it. That was Moss that had it for a second. Now with the ball on that far side is McNeil. Loose basketball, going to be picked up by Keaton with the steal. Salthawks have it. She'll attack on Moss, puts it up, not there, but draws the foul. And Fuller was the one that ended up fouling her. So at the going to the line will be Keaton to shoot free throws. First team foul, second team foul against Salina South, First individual foul on Fuller. Free throw toss is up and good by Tinley Keaton. We will see a lot of her next year, Dan.
She plays with confidence.
She will step into that shooting guard role. Second one's up and good.
Very aggressive defender.
All 5'4" of her. I refer to as a pit bull, and that's not very affectionate, I know. For you folks out there are going to be critical of me, but she is. She'll get right in your face. She'll go nose to nose with you. Left side with the basketball now is going to be South. Again, another new name, Daly's out there with the basketball. Fuller will jump on the outside, shoots, misses, rebound cleared out by Posh. Here comes Posh on the run. Posh on the dribble all the way down. Hutch gives it to Crone. Underneath, Crone goes up. She has somebody hanging on her arm, and I think they whistled Moss on the foul. If
Fuller.
they did, is it Fuller again? If it is on Fuller, we'll double check it. That could be her second. You are so correct. We were just discussing the foul and number situation on the board, and we finally figured it out after umpteen years. Free throws up and missing by Crone. And a second opportunity coming her way. 11-7 ball game right now. Hutchinson on top by 4. Here's Crone. Free throw toss up and good. Remember, when Ava really came into her own at the Glaciers Edge last year, played extremely well in that ball game. Left side with the ball is South. Bounce pass comes back out top now. They reverse it back to the left. Kate Jackson in the lineup right now, and a travel call is going to be called against South. Kate Jackson, a junior for the Salthawks.
That Salthawk man-to-man defense really bothering the Salina South ball handlers on the perimeter.
Here into the ball game for the first time tonight. Isabel Maxton will check in. She is a junior. 2:07 to go, quarter number 1. G-Daddy along with Coach Snack with you here courtside in the Allen Samuels broadcast booth.
Randy Stang dubbed.
Yeah, I'll tell you who started it. And that was Ryan Swanson actually started it.
Oh, it was Ryan Swanson.
When I coached him in softball, but that carried over, and Randy Stang.
He picked up on it.
He picked up on it, so did Steve Kappenman. There's a 3-second violation call. Kaya Smith got caught standing in the lane a little bit too long, had 1 foot in, and that's enough to get the clock started. 12-7 ball game, the lead for the Salthawk girls with 1:48 to go in this first half of play, first quarter of action. Ball on the outer perimeter. Top side left. Well, they thought about it. They pull it back away. That was Barth that had the ball for a second. Gets it back out front. Top of the key. She has it. Puts it on the floor to dribble. Rodriguez comes up. Turns on the defense. Ball pass comes out high. Crow with it with 7 on the shot clock. Way out between the circles. Throws it away. Turnover. Off South.
South just had absolutely nothing going that trip. That's 6 turnovers in this first quarter committed by Salina South.
Clock at a 1:17 mark of this first quarter of play. 12-7 ball game. Hutch high on top of the Salina South Cougars. Salthawks roll left with it. It's Posh. Outside Kate Jackson. 3-ball. Does not go. Crow with the rebound. She'll spin loose. Puts it up. Can't get it to drop, but she draws a foul. Let's see who they whistled on the foul now. In that low blocks, it'll be Crone going to the line to shoot 2. We're going to get that on. That'll be the second personal on Demaya Cheeks. Cheeks picks up foul number 2. Free throw toss is up and good. That's a pretty big foul.
Huge foul. Only senior on the roster.
And she's a pretty good ball handler and athlete from the outside shooting. They'll substitute now. Into the ball game for her, checks Briley Moss. Here's Crone's second shot. It's up and good. She has 3 points. She and Keaton leading the charge along with Grace Posh, 2 3-pointers. 14-7 at lead, back at 7 again for the Salt Hawk ladies inside of a minute here in the first quarter. Lauren Crow goes to the high post. She passes it into Moss, back to Crow. Crow right side on the pass over to Bart. Bart dribbles down underneath the Fritz. Shot won't go for Fritz. She battles for the board. Taken away by the Salt Hawks. Here comes Posh. All 5'7" of her was able to come away with the rebound. She'll angle dribble to the right side, holds up. Here's Kate Jackson again with the basketball. The Posh on the outside. She'll pop the three. It comes off no good. Battle for the board. Crone trying to tip it out. Got the foul called on her. She was not trying to rebound it. She was more or less trying to kick it out to a teammate. And into the ball game for the first time tonight, Linnea Alvarez will return. She'll take Rodriguez's place. Crone a little upset with herself that she picked up that personal foul. That's the only foul on the Salt Hawks this first quarter of play was on Crone.
Hutchinson has been playing really good defense without fouling.
Ball outside with the ball is going to be Maxton. Gets down low to Fritz. It's blocked. Good job by Kaya Smith. Here's Alvarez. She picks up the basketball, gives it to Kaya Smith, and across the timeline we go. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Spin move by Kaya. She floats in the lane. It's not there. Battle for the board. Knocked away out of bounds. It'll be last touch off of Hutchinson with 6.1 seconds to go. Let's see if the South Cougars can get something cooking here in the last 6.1 seconds.
Going to be a challenge for them to score with this
get
little
it across the timeline. Here it comes. 3 seconds, 2 seconds with the ball is Barr. She'll launch one way short. And the end of one quarter is complete. Hutchinson enjoying a 14-7 lead over the South Cougars. We'll step aside, a 1 minute break. Hutch High 14, South out of Salina 7. Back in 60 seconds on the Salt Hawk Radio Network. Hi, everybody. Started the second quarter. Back to the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Glenn and Knack here with you. So glad to have you along this evening. Again, on the Salt Hawk Radio Network, inbounding will be South. They trail at 14-7. Salt Hawk girls playing well. 3 different Salt Hawk girls scoring. Led by 6 points by Grace Posh.
Only one Cougar scored, Paitlin Fritz.
Ball on the outside. Kind of surprised that Kaya Smith hasn't logged the basket yet. Outside with the ball is going to be Pat Maxton. Again, they're working against that man-to-man D that Hutchinson's putting up. Kate Jackson back in there in the second quarter of play. Alvarez also in the ball game. The pass inside to Fritz. She goes up and draws a foul. It could be on Smith. It could be on Crone. If it's on Crone, it's her second. We'll get the indication from the referee. It is going to be on Crone. So that's her second. We will see. Onges checking in, more than likely for Crone. So Hutch to go with a smaller lineup here. Fritz's free throw's up and good. She has every point that they have, which is 8 now with that free throw.
She's drawn either a double team or a triple team whenever she's touched the ball, except for that first basket when no one was around her.
Ava a little bit too aggressive on that one. It's the only, she's in foul trouble with 2 right now. There's a missed free throw, and the rebound's cleared out by Onges. And Claire Onges will bring it across the timeline. Claire, a junior, she'll also be in that starting lineup for next year. Here's Posh on the outside. Wide open, Kaya Smith, 3 ball. Comes off hard, no good. Battle for the board, knocked away. Ran down by South. And coming up with the loose basketball is Lauren Crow. Crow, a junior, will bring it up. They got a ton of juniors on that squad. Only one senior, as we talked about, and that is Cheeks, and she's on the bench with 2 fouls. Ball left side, 3 ball from the left wing. Got it. Big 3 ball put up and in by Moss. That pulls the Score within 14-11. Hutch still with the lead. We'll see Rodriguez checked into the lineup. Here's Posh on the outside. Hesitates with the dribble. Now gives it off to Kate Jackson. She's wide open, but kicks it out now to Onges. Onges pumps that ball down and gives it off now to Kaya Smith. Smith with a handoff to Posh into the lane. Left-hand scooping shot up and good. Posh with 8. Salthawks with 16. 16-11 ball game. The lead is 5 now for Hutch. South goes right side with it over to Barth. Barth out top now to Fritz. Fritz holds it high, looks to her right side. Kaya Smith guarding her. She's about 1.5 feet outside the arc between the circles. Now it goes back over into the hands of Crow. Crow on the dribble. Alvarez tight on her to feed down to Fritz. Fritz ball runs the ball down. Kaya Smith guarding her. Fritz might have used up her dribble. Let's see what she does. Now she comes out with it. Gives it off again to Barth. She's 3 on the shot clock. Shot up and good. Just threw it up. Fritz with the desperation. She has all but one basket. It's a 16-14 ball game. The lead only 2 for the Salthawks.
Fritz has a very good shot.
5:52 to go in this second quarter. Outside Alvarez. Wing gives it off now to Onges. She peels in, shoots, and got it partially blocked. And coming up with it will be Fritz.
I didn't think Fritz even hardly saw the ball coming, and it ended up right in her hands.
Right in her hands, a low trajectory. Angle dribble to the right side, just about stolen away, and it will be. Onges comes away with it. Bodies all over the place. Here comes Onges on the dribble. Across the half court. Goes left side over to Jackson. Over in the corner, Kaya Smith, three-corner shot on his way is good. Kaya finally hits the boards with a tray, and that's a timely one to give the Salthawks another 5-point lead in 19-14. 5:08 to go in the second quarter of play.
12 of Hutch's 19 points coming by way of 4 3-point baskets.
5:01 to go, second quarter of action. Outside now they go with the basketball to Fritz. She holds it high. Kaya Smith follows her out. She'll pass the ball out into the hands of Crow. Lauren Crow on the dribble. Check that. That's Barth with the basketball. Ellie Barth goes left side, takes Posh all the way down there. The three-point attempt. Air ball does not go. Ball sails out of bounds. Last touched off a Salthawk as Jackson could not handle the rebound. And here comes Lily Rodriguez back in. She'll take Jackson's place.
5 on the shot clock.
4:40 to go in this second quarter play. Boy, Lily, she checked into the table for a long time. It was a long trip before she was able to get in. Here the pass comes into quickly and turned over, though, as Fritz threw a bad pass. Good idea, but there was nobody there. And here comes the Salthawks with the basketball. 4.5 to go in this quarter. Posh outside to Smith. Smith drives in, gets position, goes down low, puts it up, and it comes out on her no good. Fritz with the rebound. Cannot get the shooter's bounce that time. And here comes South with the basketball up the court. 4:15 to go in this first half. We're in the second quarter. Hutch with a 5-point lead. Cheeks back in there, throws it all the way across. And a travel call goes against Barth.
Turnover number 10 committed by Salina South.
So rolling the dice a little bit is head coach Justin Ebert with Cheeks back in there with 2. And 4:07 to go in this, again, second quarter. Really, South is in this ball game, only a 5-point difference the way that Fritz is shooting the basketball, a high percentage. Here's Hutch. Rodriguez, angle dribbles right, kicks it corner right, and goes out of bounds. Between Onges and Posh, didn't know who to go after it, and ends up being an easy turnover. So under 4 to go now, 3:53 to go in this second quarter. Hutch High still with a 5-point lead. Better start than we've had in some games, though, Dan, where only a basket here or a basket there, maybe not even scoring like they did at Mac. Here's Cheeks, gets called for the travel. Falling down, good defense by Posh. It ends up being another turnover against the Cougars of South.
11 turnovers with 3:42 to play in the second quarter. That's just too many.
Posh will bring the basketball up across the half court. She surveys the defense, calls Keaton back over, and Tinley Keaton throws it over to Posh. She has to extend out to get the pass back to Keaton inside, and then a nice ball movement back to Keaton. Pops the three, it won't go. Battle for the board, taken away by South on the baseline, and Kaya Smith needs to be careful, get out of there, and ball's knocked away out of bounds. Now she'll peel off and come down. It'll be South basketball with 3:17 to go in this quarter. Up the court with the basketball. He's South. Coming up with it will be Fuller. Bailey Fuller on the dribble. gives it off the cheek. She goes off the ball screen. It was set out high. Takes it all the way in and gets called for another travel call. She's struggling a little bit. 2 straight turnovers by Cheeks as she travels with the basketball. 19-14 your score. Hutch High with the lead in the basketball.
2-3 zone, Salina South.
Good first half of play by both clubs. Here's with the ball on the outside. On just kicks it around. Good ball movement. Keaton is just about threw it away. Flash pass down low to Kaya Smith. She has it back outside. Keaton shoots it on his way. Comes off no good. The rebound, though, cleared away by the South Cougars as Maxton ran it down. Kaya was there but was not able to grab a hold of the basketball. Ball rejected out of bounds right into Lyric Martin's hand. She's the assistant coach for Coach Hilst. I think Lyric can still hoop, don't you?
I think she wanted to shoot that ball.
I think she did too. Ball comes in and into the hands now of Fuller. And South with 25 on the shot clock, 2:29 on the game clock. Cheeks just about turns it over again, but comes up with it this time. Now they'll bounce it outside. 3-pointer off the screen. It comes off, no good. Battle for the board. Kaya Smith brings down that Karam, and up the court she'll bring it on the dribble. Attacks and goes off her foot right into the hands of Fritz. Long pass down to Cheeks. It'll be 1-on-2. Cheeks brings it down, puts it up. Short shot not there. Andres gets the rebound, but then a foul call that's going to be against South. And I believe it's going to be on Moss. Let's double check it. It will be. Moss picks up the personal on her. That's her second. Well, nope, that's her first. I had registered one earlier that was an error. Here's timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 2:04 to go in this first half of play. We're in the second quarter. Salthawks with the ball and up by 5 when we return after this 1-minute timeout on the Salthawk Radio Network. Salthawks will have the basketball leading at 19-4 to start this last 2:04 of the second quarter of play. Salthawk ladies have played well, Dan, with that 5-point lead. Need to have a good 2-minute finish here in this second quarter.
Hutch got off to a great start the first 3 minutes of this game.
Zone defense by South. They slide to the left, back outside. Keaton gets a step on the defender. Ball goes off of bounds, however, off of Kaya Smith.
One-handed pass,
Yep.
Dangerous.
Although it's going to be Hutchinson's basketball, last touched off of South. Here comes the inbound. They get it into Posh. She'll pop the 3 and hit it again. She's red hot. She has 3 of those along with a deuce. 11 points for Posh, one of her better starts of the season. 1:36 to go. She was made all-tournament team over at the Mid-America Classic. Jumper up. Fritz gets the rebound, puts it up again, misses. Rebound. Posh comes in and ties it up. Possession here will be Hutch's way. Good hustle by Grace Posh to get a grip on the ball inside there and jumped it up with Fritz and tied it up with 1:27 to go now. Hutchinson basketball, a chance to add to that lead, which is right now at 9.
Very impressive the way Hutch is double-teaming Fritz.
Ball outside. Here's Keaton. Rolls off the pick set by Smith. Wants to attack. Goes right side. Kicks it outside to Onges. Here's the Smith in the high post. Back over to Keaton. She can't handle the pass. It's out of bounds. Be a Salthawk turnover. Those little bitty turnovers like that would just drive you crazy as a coach. Just take care of the basketball. 22-14 ball game. The lead for the Salthawks.
Basketball has healing powers. You don't want to give it up.
Fuller, you think Colby Craftsman sleeping at the ball? I'm not sure.
Hope so.
Shot up underneath is good by Fritz. She continues to soar. She has 13 up to 16 points.
What Fritz did very well that time is she caught it, pivoted, and scored before the double team had a chance to get there.
42 ticks left on the clock before the end of the quarter. Shot clock at 22. Pass all the way to the baseline. Outside Posh, another three. It's off, no good. Rush that one just a little bit as they were coming out to defend. Here's Cheeks on the left side for South with 26 on the shot clock. It is dark, by the way. With the basketball is Moss out front. Across the top goes Fuller. Fuller to the corner right. That's Barth with the basketball out to Fritz. Watch her. She wants to drive. Goes right side again. Inside to Barth. Barth to the high post. Fritz, a three-pointer on his way. Air ball, no good. It'll be Hudson basketball. As the Salt Hawks will have the basketball with 8.4 to go. Enough time if you roll it up the floor to be able to get a playoff. Let's see what the Salt Hawks do. Substitutions, they're going to protect some fouls and get Cheeks back out of there.
This is where Hutch usually wants to get the ball to Grace Posh.
Here we go.
And Grace makes something happen on a drive.
Lily's going to pick it up at half court. Now she wants to accelerate. Gives it off down to Kaya Smith. Kaya Smith with only one basket. Here's the three-pointer on his way by Posh is good. She just stepped back, a little step-back three by Posh. She has 4 3-pointers in a ball game and a deuce on top of that. Hutch takes a 25-16 lead into the locker room at halftime. Salt Hawks lead it. We'll be back with the Medicine Shop in-game capsule. Your score at halftime. Hutchinson 24, the Salina South Cougars 16. Back in 2 minutes on the Salt Hawk Radio Network. Well, it's time for the Medicine Shop in-game capsule. Little White Castle at 14th and Main. You know where it's located, 1401 North Main. Well, they added on last year. It looks like it was original. Just a wonderful job done by the architects, which is Rick Stone. And, of course, they had that special refrigerator with all the vaccinations that they have. The Medicine Shop in Hutchinson. You'll be glad if you check out their prices. You can't beat them in town. They got that great east wall that has coffee and candy and preservatives by people that do not have retail stores. Rick just lets them put them there and does not charge a cent for those, and does a great job. You talk about cards, greeting cards, great selection of greeting cards, a little variety of different narrative books that can make nice little gifts in its own. That's the Medicine Shop in Hudson, Kansas. Knack, what do we have for the scoring in that first half of play? An exciting one of the better first halves for the Salt Hawks with 24 points.
Mostly because Grace Posh was hitting shots early. She made 2 quick 3-point baskets in that first quarter, helped Hutchinson get out to a lead early on. They got a 9-2 lead early in the game with the first 4 minutes of this game. Grace Posh has 13 points in the half, 5 points by Tinley Keaton, 3 points apiece, Ava Crone and Kaya Smith. So the Salina South Cougars, it's the Paitlin Fritz show. She has 13 of the Cougars' 16 points. Paitlin Fritz, the 6'3" junior, 13 points. Briley Moss has 3, and that's the extent of the scoring. The problem for Salina South, 12 turnovers in that first half, and that's why Hutchinson leads it at the half, 24-16.
Still pack the sack night, so come on out. 2 ways to pack the sack. That is to pack the food bank and bring a non-perishable food items. They're trying to get 1,000 pounds raised. They raised 800 last year. Beautiful weather out there, so come on out. You'll be glad that you did if you do. 48 degrees, so no chance of snow till next week. So come on out and enjoy the ball game. Plus, also, there's going to be a little competition between the elementary schools as to who has the most kids in attendance in that boys game. That's when they're going to count it at halftime of the boys to see who gets the pizza party. Plus, we have a great entertainment for you with the ICT Arrow Bells coming over from Wichita. That's Granny basketball. So watch to see how it was played back in the 20s. They'll go 6-on-6 for about 8 minutes. Give us a little exhibition of how it used to be. That's taking place at halftime of the boys' game. So it's a great night to come out, Knack, and we need to pack it, like we say, pack the sack.
It's a great night for basketball. I remember the first pack the sack night was when Phil Anderson was coaching here, and Kirk Maska was the AD, and there was a big crowd. Coach Anderson's a little bit under the weather tonight. We wish him well.
Yeah,
I'm sure
wish him well.
Bounce back fast.
So that was one of the first ones. Then Brian Miller kind of picked up the torch again, got it going a couple years ago, and here we are in his third annual, third in a row. Probably would be the fourth then if Phil did it way back when. So 24-16 at halftime. The girls getting things done here in this first half of playing great basketball. Good to see Posh get on the track. By the way, we called it a 3, but it was a 2. So she has 13 at halftime. She's tied with Fritz for game honors with that, but she had a great first half. One of the better ones that she has had this season, Grace Posh.
Grace shot the ball very well. When you're shooting the ball well, everything about basketball seems easier.
We're going to step aside. 2-minute timeout coming your way. That is the Medicine Shop in-game capsule. We will be back with more coming from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, which we're courtside on the west side here at the Salt Hawk Activity Center in Hutchinson. Your score at halftime, 24-16, an 8-point Salt Hawk girls lead. And we'll be back with second half just around the corner. 2-minute timeout coming your way right here on the Salt Hawk Radio Network. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Glenn Grunwald along with Dan Nacarado. We're getting set for the second half of play to get underway. A good first half of play. Hutch has scored 10 points in that second quarter, 14 in the first. And it was 7-9, the respective scoring for Salina South. Of course, Caitlin Fritz with 13 up to 16 points. So she's been all the offense for South. Let's see what Hutch does to shut her down here again in this second half of play. As Hutch High will get set to get going here in just a second against South. Again, as we talked about, it's Pack the Sack night, so come on out, grab a can of soup or something, and bring it on out to donate to the food bank. More than ever, though, come out and enjoy some basketball as the boys will be in action coming up in just a little bit. Salt Hawk boys will be taking on South. That'll be a nice matchup. Salt Hawk boys really, really needing a win so bad as they've lost some really close one. Last week came down to one possession against May South. Same way in the last 2 minutes of the ball game on the road at May South on that Friday the 31st. That one slipped away as well. And then you go back to the MAC tournament, lost a couple. In between, you sandwich in a beating by Derby, Derby's beaten everybody this year. So the Salt Hawk boys really need a win in the worst way, and we hope they can get one against Salina South tonight as the Cougars come in to do battle against the Salt Hawks. Salina South boys are 5-8, and Hutch High boys are 4-8. So important to see what's going to take place in that one. So down in this one, hopefully Posh stays hot. Let's see what Kaya can get going. She only has 3 points at halftime, but we know she's capable of more, including that 13.8 points per game average. And some other ones as well, Crone and others. The only one in foul trouble is Crone. She picked up 2. Nobody else has any fouls, so pretty good situation regarding that in foul trouble.
It's very unusual for a team to force their opponent into 12 turnovers and in the process only commit 2 fouls, and that's what the Salt Hawks did in the first half. Hutch only committed a grand total of 2 fouls, one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter, but they really gave fits to those Salina South ball handlers.
Yeah, Fritz knocked down a couple threes and also had some easy baskets. Her first one really being easy, and she was able to take it on the right side just for a little layup as Kaya Smith was not able to catch up with her. So now with the basketball, we'll be South to start the second half of play, and we're underway in the third quarter. Fritz with the ball outside. Now they go over to Barth. Barth dribble down low underneath. Foul called. It could be on Posh. It could be on Crone from behind. Let's double check it. It will be on Crone. She picks up foul number 3. So Ava in foul trouble all of a sudden. Coach might roll the dice a little bit and leave her out there because one of the assistant coaches thought it was on 3 and they called it on Crone. So let's double check to see which one they called. The official indicated it was on Crone, but we thought that the baseline might have said it was on Posh, but they don't change it. Free throws are up and good. Anyway, the one of the two is, and that lead is now cut to 24-17. Could have went either way, right, Dan, as Posh was down on.
I think the officials had their pick.
Mm-hmm. Outside, Kaya Smith rolls right, takes it all the way to the baseline, kicks it out, and gets called for the travel.
Caitlin Fritz has to be getting, even though she has 14 points, she has to be getting a little bit tired of a double team or a triple team coming every time she touches the ball.
The grannies have showed up. See them down there talking to Stephanie Krause, so the grannies are in the house. And they will be playing at halftime. The ball's just about turned over. Salt Hawks will have the basketball. They'll be inbounding here and right side of the score table here. Ball comes out high into the hands quickly of Lauren Crow. Ball knocked away. Good defense by Keaton. 17 on the shot clock. They'll go baseline. They'll kick it back outside to Fritz. She'll launch the 3 on its way. It's off, no good. Board knocked away. It'll be Hutch basketball. Good defense by Hutch in that transition right there. 7:07 to go in his first quarter. Second half.
Coach Keaton Hilst really has a good game plan for tonight's action.
7:02 remaining in the third. 24-17 Hutch. Here's Posh. She's been red hot. Fritz guards her. Now to Crone. Crone with Cheeks on her. Cheeks playing with a couple fouls. So's Crone. She's out there. Wide open 3 on its way by Smith. Comes off hard. No good. Rebound's going to be cleared out. Here comes South with the basketball. 6:42 to go. Again, we're in this third quarter of play. Ball blocked away. Hutch comes up with a steal. Here comes Posh. Posh has Rodriguez on the left. Goes to Rodriguez. Back outside. Keaton, the three on its way. It's off the glass. No good. That'll put a board. Taken away by Fritz underneath. And Salina South has the basketball. Fritz with all the points. 14 of the 17 points are hers. 7:16 to go in this third quarter. They'll lob it down low. Ball knocked away by Crone, but into the hands of Cheeks. She'll shoot it, miss it. Rebound Keaton. Hutchison has the basketball, and they'll bring it up the floor. Keaton will push it all the way across the half court. Loses control of the basketball. Stolen away by South. Stolen back by Crone. Crone with the basketball. Out to Smith with wide open three. It's way off its mark. No good. Rebound's going to be cleared away. And not hitting him tonight is Kaya. She's only drained one on the three-point shot. The ball comes out around and thrown away. It'll be Salt Hawk basketball. And a timeout on the floor. It'll be a full one. 5:43 to go in this third quarter of action. Hutchinson 24. Salina South 17. Back in 1 minute on the Salt Hawk Radio Network. .543 to go in this third quarter of play. 24-17. Hutch High with the lead right now. And Hutchinson, like you said, a good game plan so far on the South Cougars. So Coach Hill's called timeout. Let's see what they have drawn up here. Hutchinson will inbound. Back in the backcourt.
My guess it's something to go to Grace Posh. She's had the hot hand tonight.
So here with the basketball will be Posh. She'll bring it across the timeline. I think you are correct. Here's Rodriguez on the outsides. She dances with the ball, takes it inside, kicks the corner left. Keaton had an opportunity, but decided to pull it back away, and she'll reset the offense. Trying to get it down low to Keaton, down low. Inside to go to Smith. Handoff underneath. Great layup by Crone. Nice job by Kaya Smith to give it to Crone, and Crone's able to make it up and in. She has 5. That was a great play because she could have shot that ball and did not. Got a better shot by Crone. 26-17 the lead now. First basket in the second half for the Salt Hawks. Here with the ball on the outer perimeter. Dribble drive by South. They'll pull it back. Gives it off to Barth on the outside. She rolls right over to Cheeks. Cheeks with the basketball. Back outside. Ball knocked away out of bounds. It'll be South basketball. They'll hold on to it.
Guess we're going to call that a shot that was blocked.
Really? Didn't look like a shot to me. Looked like it was going to be a pass, but we'll go with that. Here comes the inbound pass. I think it's set. Comes the inbound. Waiting on it. They lob it away. Just about stolen. It will be. Posh comes up with it. Keaton deflected it. And here comes Hutchison. Posh all the way down. Kicks it outside to Crone to Smith. Smith on the drive. Outside. Drives it in. Puts it off the glass too hard. Rebound cleared by Fritz underneath. Ball on the outer perimeter. Quickly up the court comes Barth for South. He'll kick it on the outside into the hands of Crow. Crow goes right side with it over to Barth. We'll wait for Fritz to cut. They don't get it to her. Cheeks with it on the outside. Ball quick hands by Keaton to knock it away out of bounds. It'll be South basketball with 4:19 to go in the third. Still trailing 26-17 to the Salt Hawks.
Salina South not getting any transition scores, and they're using most of the shot clock every trip.
Here comes the inbound. South ball knocked away by Keaton. Still in the backcourt. Nice defense. 10 on the shot clock. They get it to Cheeks. Stolen away. Loose ball on the floor. Cheeks comes up with it. They get the ball on the outer perimeter. Here's quickly the drive by South. 1 second. That's going to be a shot clock violation. As just throwing it up there was Fritz. She couldn't get it to go. And into the ball game comes Jackson along with Alvarez. Keaton, nice play in there. Crone gets a break.
Salina South, 16 turnovers tonight.
Here with the basketball will be Rodriguez in the backcourt. Into the forecourt. Quickly, still on the dribble, over to Smith. Left side with the basketball. Outside top, they'll go to Rodriguez. Back outside, Alvarez gets the shot away, comes off no good. And rebound's going to be cleared by South. South with the basketball, and they'll bring it up, trailing 26-17. Still in the ball game, however. Hutchinson got a little slow start in this third quarter after having such a great start back in the first. They'll drive left side, kick it back outside in traffic, though, when gathering it in was Moss. Moss holds the ball high, goes left wing with the basketball. Barth for South with the ball. 3:15 to go in the third. South still trailing, but taking shot clock inside of 10 about every possession. Here's a little runner. It does not go. Smith with the rebound for Hutch. Here comes Hutchinson with a 26-17 lead, a 9-point edge for the Salthawks. Here's Rodriguez to Smith. Goes in between two players, puts the shot up and gets it. Just threw it up and in it went. She has 5, and the Salthawks have 28. 28-17 score. Hutchinson with the lead.
One of the Cougars got a paw on that basketball on the way up, but Kaya Smith still made it.
Kaya took a couple steps, was able to put it up and in. Here's a Fritz turnaround shot, does not go. Rebound cleared by Rodriguez. Lily wants to run. She'll bring it up. She has Posh on the left side, goes to Grace. She'll pop the shot on its way. Coming off no good. Battle for the board. Alvarez got a hand on it, but coming out with it will be Moss for Salina South. And up the court, they'll bring it. Ball on the outside. Ball rejected. Nice job by Posh to get a hand on it. Knocked it away out of bounds.
If Posh had not deflected that, Caitlin Fritz would have had another easy basket.
2:21 to go, third quarter of action. Glenn Grunwald along with Dan Nacarado for BW Sports. And the sack is getting fuller and fuller. The drive down low and a hammer of a foul. In the act of shooting will be Briley Moss as she was hit going up from two different directions. They'll whistle this foul on Kate Jackson. Jackson got all of her, didn't she? Was not going to let her shoot that basketball.
If you're going to commit a foul,
might as well do a good job.
That's right. You don't want to let the opponent get an and one.
Free throw's up and good. Taking advantage of the foul shot was Moss. She has 4 points now. Only she and Fritz have scored for the Salina South Cougars. And now Fritz takes a break. Hutch could make a little run here and try to get some more room. Free throw toss up and good. Got that one is down as well. So Moss now with 5 points. 28-19 is your score. Hutchinson lead is trimmed a little bit. 9-point lead for the Salthawk girls. Outside of the ball. Posh, they work against that zone. There's Rodriguez over the right side. Spinning out with a Smith. Thrown it away. Steal by Moss. Moss will bring it up on the dribble. Wants to go up and a foul called. Nice little ball fake right there by Moss. Got Smith up on her feet, and it'll be her first in the act of shooting. Will be on Moss again, shooting free throws.
They called it on the floor.
They shot it on the floor. You're right.
So it was a good foul by Kaya Smith.
Here comes the inbound. And get it out to Moss. Moss to the corner right. That's Fuller on the dribble. And turns the ball over. Well, a lot of turnovers for South tonight.
17.
That's about 8 more than what Coach Ebert would like to have right now.
That is true.
And that one was like one of those silly ones that you just see and scratch your head. Into the forecourt right side. Salthawks have it. Here's Alvarez. Minute and 42 to go in the third. Hudson in control right now. Inside to go underneath. The Kate Jackson gets position, but it's blocked. Out comes South with the basketball. Here comes Barth with it on the dribble. Gives it off quickly to Moss. Moss pops the three. It comes out on her no good. Alvarez with the rebound for the Salthawks. Up the court quickly, Alvarez into the forecourt. Holds up with the basketball. Lobs it outside to Smith. Smith with one step inside the arc and pulls it back again. Goes to Alvarez on the outside. She can pop it from there, but elects to move the ball around. 19 on the shot clock. 1:09 on the game clock. We're in the third, and a 9-point lead for Hutchinson. Here's Rodriguez. Lily Rodriguez isolates, goes off the pick. Here's Alvarez, thought about it again, puts it back all the way to the corner. Posh will shoot it and hit it.
From the deep corner.
16 for Posh, 31 for the Salthawks. 31-19, their largest lead of 12 right now for Hutchinson. Inside of 40 seconds now to go in the third quarter of play. Salthawks trying to go to 8-5. Coach talked about how frustrated he has been this season with just having close ones. Shot doesn't go, but a rebound off the floor taken by Maxton. They reset the offense, and they'll set it around with 27 on the shot clock. All stolen away. Hutch with the block. Here comes Posh on the dribble. Posh all the way down. Kicks it right. Rodriguez, 3 ball. Comes off no good. Rebound cleared away by South, and they'll bring it up the court quickly. Into the center of the court goes Fuller. And they'll bring it up. South a little tired out there, so we're about 7 seconds away from the end of the third. Ball outside now to Moss. Let's see if they work it for one. She rolls off the pick. Good defense. Shot put up, not there. And we go to the fourth and final quarter. Hutch High with a 31-19 lead over the Salina South Cougars. We'll take a 1-minute break. Get set for the final quarter of play on girls play tonight. Salt Hawks lead at 31-19. Back with more after this 1-minute timeout on the Salt Hawk Radio Network. Here we go to the fourth quarter of play. Glenn Grunwald, Dan Nacarado with you. Coach Knack, a pretty good first three quarters for the Salt Hawks. 31 points off their average of 40.7 points a game. Really looks like they could get there, and they're really doing a good job of holding South down, who's averaged 45.1 points a game, only having 19 through three quarters.
Salt Hawks winning every quarter of the first three.
Forcing lots of turnovers, taking advantage of the mistakes by South. Here's Posh with the balls. Hutch has the first possession of this fourth quarter of play. Posh on the outside. Grace, a senior for Hutch High, played great through 4 years. Here's Alvarez, corner shot, does not go. Battle for the board, taken away by Cheeks. Alvarez trying to get in front of her. They'll come down and cut off Cheeks. She shoots and scores, though. Finally, Cheeks able to get a basket up and in, makes it that first basket, and finally a different player other than Fritz and Moss scoring.
In the third quarter, Salina South was 0 for 9 from the field.
31-21 right now, a 10-point Salt Hawk lead. Cannot let that 10-point lead get away. With the basketball, timeout's going to be taken really close to a 5 count on Lily Rodriguez. We're going to keep it here with only a 30. Hutchinson leading at 31-21 with 7:16 remaining to go in this fourth quarter of play. A good outing by the Salt Hawks. They jumped out and scored 14 points in that first quarter. Were held to 10 in the second, 7 in the third. So going the wrong way there, but at the same time they held South to only 3 free throws, Dan, in that third quarter of play, and that was key. That was a key quarter for the Salt Hawks to shut them down.
Very good defense by Hutchinson this entire game. Whenever Caitlin Fritz catches the ball anywhere close to the paint, either a double team or a triple team is coming. And Salina South has just turned the ball over too many times to expect to be able to win this game.
Salt Hawk girls have taken their game to Valley Center coming up on next Tuesday night. We'll be there with them as well. 6 o'clock tip time. Guys at 7:30. We'll go over into the Hornets' nest. Ball on the outside is Onges. She's in there. Claire Onges. Outside of Alvarez on the top. Claire on the outside. So it looks like zone defense, a 2-3 zone by the South Cougars, and shot clock goes off. Hutchinson not aware of the shot clock, and Coach Hill's kind of holding his head down because one of the last things you say coming out of the timeout is to say, watch the shot clock.
It's not all bad, though. Hutch burned off 35 seconds with a 10-point lead.
6:52 to go in this fourth quarter of play. Ball on the outside. They'll back it in off the Fritz. Shot does not go. Ball knocked away. Partial block by Kaya Smith. The ball goes off for Fritz out of bounds. Been Hutchinson basketball. Guys game just around the corner, by the way. It'll be about a 7:30 start. We have 6:42 remaining to go in this quarter of play. Here comes quickly Posh with the basketball after Rodriguez had it. Outside to Smith. Smith drives on Fritz. Gives it off now to Posh again. The three-pointer partially deflected by Fritz into the hands of Alvarez. She'll bring it back out to rekey it. Here's Onges over to Alvarez. Alvarez right side into Posh. Posh in the low blocks, turns it over. They double-team trapped her and coming up with it with Moss. Three-pointer on its way, shot and hit. A three-pointer by Barth, and that cuts it down to a 7-point margin. Here comes Crone and Keaton back into the lineup. 6 minutes to go. This is the closest that South has been for some time. Here's Keaton on the outside. She brings it on the dribble, kicks it on the outside left, quickly into the hands of Posh. She shoots and misses. Rebound cleared away by South. Hutch has went cold a little bit in this third quarter right now, stuck on 31-24. With 5 unanswered points by the South Cougars. Here's Moss. Kicks it out, stolen away by Lily Rodriguez, knocked away. It'll be a jump ball call to be possession for South. The Cougars will have it. Hodges checks out. So will Alvarez out of the ball game. Keaton back in.
Better get some help on the backside with Fritz on the block.
Yeah, Fritz is down in the low blocks out there. With the ball out front is going to be Crow. Shot clock down to 14 now for South. Fritz has it way on the outer perimeter. Now they go to Cheeks on that outside. Watch her. She wants to drive. Takes it inside. Loses the ball. Goes out of bounds off of her. And Hutchinson will have the basketball. So a little while ago it went off of Kaya's foot. This time it goes off of Cheeks' foot. So one good foot deserves another, I guess. I think. Here with the basketball is going to be Hutchinson and Lily Rodriguez. She'll angle dribble to the right side. Over to Grace Posh. Posh on the outside, dances at the outside as they come out to double team. They give it off now to Kaya Smith. She gets the pick set by Crone to drive down low, layup good. Kaya Smith set that one up, let me tell you. 7 points for Smith, 33-24 now, the lead back at 9 again for the Salt Hawks. She got that pick by Crone and rolled off the high pick, took it in down and laid it up and in. Oh, near steal, but Cheeks comes away with it. Ball back out top. They'll lob it down low to Fritz. Easy basket for Fritz underneath. And she has 16. And a timeout taken by Salina South. With 4:39 to go, we're just about midway through this fourth. Hutchinson lead 33-26. Don't go away. We'll be back in a half a minute on the Salt Hawk Radio Network. Special thanks to Lou Ricker doing all the chief engineer work back in the BW studios tonight, as he has most of the year this year. He's doing a great job of taking care of us, so to speak, Dan, as we have an easy job, have the best seat in the house for good basketball, don't you think?
We do. Luke Ricker's been working lots of games this last couple of months.
Does a great job. 33-26 here. Hutchinson with the lead right now with 4:39 to go. What you don't want to have is similar to what they had against Ark City, that meltdown that they had in the tail end, that especially carried into the fourth quarter. I don't think it's going to happen because they're playing too good a basketball.
And you know, Ark City is now 12-1.
They are. I've looked the other day, and they're playing quite well. So that was not a fluke necessarily. It was kind of maybe a wake-up call for them to some extent. Here's Hutchinson. Keaton with the basketball with 4:28 to go in the ball game. And Hutch with a 33-26 lead. Outside Rodriguez to the right side against that zone again. They'll swing it around over to Keaton. Had Ava Crone for a second. Gets it to Smith in the high post. Shoots it up and scores it. Nice job by Kaya. She has 4 points in the quarter, 6.5, and 9 for the ball game. 35-26 ball game. Hutchinson with the lead with 4:07 to go in this fourth quarter of play against the Salina South Cougars. Keaton just about stole it away, and coming up with the ball was Crow. Down low to Fritz. Fritz holds up. Fritz wheels and deals down low, gets it out. Three-point attempt is good from the outside. Knocking that one down is Moss. It's been all Moss and Fritz. 11 points right now for Moss, and 3 of those are trays. 9 of those are trays, I should say, along with a couple free throws. 35-29, the lead is a 2-possession game at 35-29, a 6-point edge for Hutchinson. Here's a Keaton shot. It's good, and she's found it. It'll be a 4-point opportunity. Tinley Keaton knocks it down. She has 8 and the end 1, which is a rarity in basketball anymore. But she'll get the opportunity now, and that foul's going to be charged on Lauren Crow. 3:34 to go. A big basket by Keaton. And now substituting into the ball game will come in McNeil. She'll check in for Salina South, and Cheeks will take a break.
A play like that can so deflate your opponent.
We will see what's going to happen there. As with the free throw by Keaton. She gets set. Free throw toss is off its mark, no good. Battle for the board, taken away by Fritz. So an opportunity for 4 points goes away on one play, but Keaton got knocked down to 3, and they needed that one. 38-29, the lead is 9 now for the Salthawks. Fritz in low block. The double take, Keaton jumps in and ties her up. Possession arrow Hutchison's way.
Turnover number 20.
Keaton took one spin and held the ball, and all of a sudden Keaton jumped on that like an gnat on a June bug, just about.
I think, and remember the Titans, it's like a starving man on a Christmas ham.
With the ball on the outside is Rodriguez. Over in the corner to Keaton. Inside, trying to get it to Skya Smith, and a foul away from the play is going to take place. What do we have called?
Grace Posh.
It's going to be on.
Excuse me.
It's going to be on Moss.
3 on the other team.
Moss picks up the personal. It'll be her second. Here comes the inbound. I thought it was on Posh on a hold over there or something, too. Here comes the inbound from Rodriguez. Cutters cut. They lob it out to Smith. Pops the 3 from the right elbow. Does not go. Fritz with the rebound. She turns and gets the pass away. Here comes Barth. Barth, angle dribbles to the top, stolen away. Here comes Keaton. She'll sprint dribble it down. Takes it all the way herself. Dumps it off to Skya Smith, and out of bounds it sails. Good defense by South. The South's coaching staff thought it should have went the other way. Keaton maybe should have taken that herself or faked the pass.
She saw Peyton Fritz at 6 feet 3 inches tall, ready to reject it, though.
Here it comes in the corner to Posh. She finds a little opening, shoots the 3 and hits it. Grace kind of snuck over in that corner. Lily saw her, and she knocks it down. 6.5. 19 for the ball game. A great night for Grace Posh. 41-29 ball game. Down the low blocks, a whistle and a foul called, or did they throw it away? They threw it away. It'll be a turnover.
20-second turnover.
Salthawks looking good with 2:34 to go in the fourth quarter play, leading at 41-29.
All Hutch needs to do is take care of the basketball, and they'll secure win number 8.
Tinley Keaton with 2 good plays. One was the 3-point shot. The other one was a jump ball call that gave the possession to the Salthawks and allowed Posh to be able to drain that 3.
Hutch gets this game taken care of. They'll move ahead of Salina South in 5A West.
The drive by Lily Rodriguez into Smith. Soft hook left is good. When she does that, she is so effective. 6 points in the quarter, 8 for the half. Plus 3 is 11 for the night. Pressure in the backcourt, that's Crow. 43-29, our largest lead for the Salthawks now with 2:07 to go. Again, come out now, bring a non-perishable food item. Boys game coming up. Halftime will be Granny basketball. They are here. They're putting on their uniforms down at the end down there on the south end stands.
We're going to get you to do some play-by-play for Granny basketball.
We'll get our halftime stats over quickly, won't we? Ball on the outside, Cheeks. She drives on Posh. Ball knocked away, but gets it back. Cheeks puts it up, can't get it done. Smith snags that rebound. Here comes Hutch with 1:52 to go. They'll kick it to the right side. Keaton, the bounce pass outside of the length, the arm of Chrome, but a foul called on the throw. It's going to go against Cheeks. That'll be her 3rd personal. Oh, the ball will stay with Hutchinson. That will be the 13th foul of the half against South, and Cheeks will check out with 1:48 to go.
Would have been a Saltawk turnover, but that foul happened before the ball got away.
Salthawks will get set to inbound. Here comes the Smith. She'll pop the 3. It's off the glass. Back iron, no good. Rebound coming out with it will be Barth for South. South into the forecourt with 1:40 to go. Ball on the outer perimeter to kick it to the left side. With the basketball is Crow. Crow on the dribble. Keaton on her, and a foul call on Keaton. Get a saddle next time out there, Tinley. As she was riding her all the way across the top of the arc. That'll be only her first. Hutchinson really stayed out of foul trouble with the exception of Ava Crone with 3.
That's true.
Here comes the ball in, and three-pointer on its way. Good from outside. Knocking that one down was Moss. She's deadly from outside. We'll have to remember her. All her baskets have come from outside the arc except for 2 free throws. She has 4 trays and 14 points. 3? I had her down for...
I think you're looking at
I'm looking at that one. She has 3 trays as well. And for 11 points. We're going to keep it here with 1:28 to go as the basket was made. 43-32 ball game, an 11-point lead for Hutchinson. Looks like the Salt Hawks are going to go to 8-5 on the year. And 8-6 will be Salina South, and they'll just trade places in that 5A
That's right.
ranking poll.
Salt Hawks will pull just a little bit past Salina South with this win.
Take on a good Valley Center team coming up on next Tuesday, and on the road again down to Derby, I believe, on the 14th. Correct?
Hutch played well against Valley Center here at the SAC on January 14. That was a 38-22 win. And at that time, I think Valley Center was either undefeated or only had one loss.
I know the boys were pretty good. I know that for a fact. I can't remember the girls. Here comes the inbounds. They get it into Keaton in the backcourt. Here's Smith. They're going to have to come up and try to put Hutch at the line to get an opportunity here. Here, Smith blows by Moss on the outside. Here's Keaton outside to Rodriguez. Hands it off to Keaton. Keaton holds up. Gives it quickly back to Posh. Posh dances outside. They'll come after her, and it'll be a quick foul. Fritz picks up the personal, and that was the game plan, although a lot of time went off, Dan. 35 down to 16 seconds before they were able to get the foul, but they decided that they need to do it. So it's 43-32. That's only the 14th foul. Hutch still with the lead. So one more will put the Salt Hawks at the line, which essentially stops that clock. But you know what? We're at the 101 mark already. Here's Hudson with the basketball. I'm surprised they're not coming out to foul. Ball on the outside now. They chase on Keaton. Keaton gets away from him, and a timeout's going to be taken by Coach Hills with 53.3 seconds to go and 19 on the shot clock. Salt Hawk basketball. We will take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more from the Salt Hawk Activity Center and Pack the Sack Night right after this 30-second timeout on the Salt Hawk Radio Network. .3 seconds remaining. 43-32. Hutchinson by 11 and having the basketball with 19 on the shot clock. Salt Hawk girls came out, jumped out to a 14-7 lead at the end of one quarter of play and have not looked back. Here comes the inbound. Walking in the backcourt to Posh, and she turns it over, but it's turned right back over by South as getting to the ball was Lauren Crow.
I've never liked throwing the ball backwards deep into the backcourt when you're ahead late in the game.
Well, especially with only 19 on the shot clock. Now Hutch gets a fresh clock and a foul quickly. They'll send Posh to the line as the Long Crow picks up her second. Will walk down and shoot free throws.
Grace Posh will be all by herself at the free throw line as there's no reason to have any Salt Hawks.
Yeah, she's going to be all by her lonesome there. Free throws up and good. Posh with a good night.
Is that 20 now? It is.
It is 20. She had 13 at halftime. Second one's missing, but Hutchinson, there was a lane violation. How can you have a lane violation with nobody there? She'll get another opportunity.
There are only a couple of Salina South Cougars. None of the Salt Hawks are along the paint.
Free throws up and good.
Give Grace Posh another point.
21 points for Posh. 50.4 seconds to go in the quarter. She had a great night tonight. Outside left. He'll pop the shot on his way. Partially deflected. Hutch comes up with the rebound. Here's quickly a Posh again. She'll be fouled. I might have closed the book on her too quick. She's going to walk down and shoot free throws again. So the Salt Hawks are going to win this one. 45-32 is your score now. Posh with another couple of free throws coming. Free throw toss. This one's off. It's marked no good. She'll shoot another one.
Let me see how many career points Grace Posh has now. Let's see if she makes this free throw.
She does. She makes the second one, so she has 22 points.
Those 22 points give Grace Posh 860 points
That's
in her career.
That's pretty good. Not bad for a 4-year career. Ball outside. Fritz, a three. Off its mark, no good. Rebound cleared away. Hutch will have the basketball as it sails out of bounds. It was not a rebound cleared away. Don't know where I imagined that at. with the ball now will be Hutchinson with 31.8 seconds to go. And they'll give it into Posh, and looks like South has waved the white flag and rolled back. Now they're not going to put pressure on. And with the ball is going to be Kaya Smith. They'll weave it. Lily Rodriguez out front. Shot clock is dark. Here's Keaton. Tinley Keaton started this all off with a big three to get Hutch on the board. And then it was followed by Posh's 2 threes back in the first quarter of play. And with 8 seconds to go, Hutchison just dribbling out of halftime. Saltocks are going to win it. Final score, Saltocks 46, Salina South 32. We'll take a 1-minute break, talk with Coach Hilst. As Dan heads out all the numbers, Saltocks come out a winner. They roll to a record now to 8-5. And Hutchison comes away a winner tonight, and going to 8-6 will be South. We'll take a quick break, come back, a 1-minute timeout. Right after this timeout, we'll be back to talk with Coach Hills. And joining me now is Coach Kaylin Hills. Nice outing tonight, Kaylin. You jumped on him 14-7. That kind of set the tone a little bit. And Grace Posh was on, and boy, was she ever on. 5 trays to her credit, 22 points, along with some free throws, a couple deuces in there as well. But Tinley Keaton also played lights out. A great job of her to tie up the ball late in the contest and give the possession here up to the Saltocks. Those little things is what make a difference, don't they?
Yeah, when Tinley's locked in, she's really, really good defensively. You know, she has a tendency to reach a little bit sometimes, but a little bit of that comes with being young too. So, you know, we kind of got that to continue to work on with her, but we love her ball pressure. We stuck her on number 11, the point guard, bringing it across, kind of switch it up there, just so she could kind of heat the ball up. And then how about Grace tonight? I mean, it was kind of a long time coming. She's been looking to really get going, and hopefully this sets her off for the rest of the season. She had a great game.
Really did. She had a great night. And the thing about Kenley, I'd rather have a player be pretty aggressive like she is. And yes, her youth is showing a little bit, but be aggressive because you can make things happen when you're aggressive.
Yeah, and how about, you know, aggressive and effort and playing hard pays off. How about that and 1-3 she got there at the end too? So couldn't be more proud of her. You know, this is only her second game starting since we've had Colby out. And, you know, hopefully Colby was here tonight. She's starting to feel a little bit better. We're hoping to kind of have her back next week and, you know, kind of continue to kind of tinker down the rotation and all that stuff and work Colby back into the starting lineup. But we love Tinley's energy off the bench if she can play like that.
She really, really played well off the bench like you just indicated, and that's what you need. You were a little worried coming in. Not necessarily worried. You talked about you used the word frustration, but a good start with 14 points. I think you take 14 points in the first quarter about any time.
Yeah, I mean, May South just guards really freaking hard too. But, you know, I was frustrated. We didn't really move the ball as well as we should have offensively on Tuesday. Shot selection was good in spots. It wasn't very good in spots. You know, obviously they're a great team, and Salina South's a great team too. They're battling out there, but you know, it was nice to kind of play a little bit of offense here and see some shots go down at home.
Your defense was really good. You forced a lot of turnovers. They averaged 45 points a game coming in. You held them to that 34 point for the ball game. Did a nice job there. We averaged 40.7, got 46. So we really, really played well, especially in that first half where we led at 24-16 at halftime. What did you guys talk about the second quarter and halftime?
Well, you know, they had 16 points, I believe it was. Like you said, Peyton Fritz probably had a dozen of them. She's a heck of a player, and you know, we were trying to kind of scheme how do we take her out of it, because they also have a lot of really, really good three-point shooters, and they're really good if you watch them on film or anything. They're really good at getting inside to Fritz. She's a very willing passer out of it too, so she loves to kick it out, and they got a lot of kids that can shoot the ball. So, you know, they're a load to deal with. Like you said, they're averaging the mid to upper 40s, so We just kind of tried to adjust, take Fritz out of it a little bit more, send a little bit more help. And, other than a couple possessions here or there, I think we did a pretty good job of that.
Let's talk about Valley Center. We traveled to the Nest on Tuesday night. Tough place to go play basketball.
Yeah, so, it's a road game on a Tuesday. We're about a week away from finals since it's trimesters here at Hutch High. So, kind of focus can kind of wane there, anytime you're playing a Tuesday road game. And, we got them the first time by like 15 or 16, I believe it was. But they're a very, very good defensive team. They have a lot of size. And their 1-3-1 really bothered us. So we're going to have to work on him and on practice on scoring against that 1-3-1, probably assuming that they come out in that again. We guarded them really well last time, so hopefully we can repeat that effort.
This became a very big game because of the fact that South was one game in front of us, and now they're behind us. So that was a big win for the Salt Hawks here tonight.
I don't know if I'm supposed to admit this or not, but I do look at that stuff. So, we had a little bit of extra motivation going into tonight, just being a game back of them in the standings in the win column. So that was huge for us. We got a tough Valley Center team on Tuesday, and then next Friday we go to Derby. So it certainly doesn't get any easier in this
All right,
league.
thank you, Coach. Go enjoy this one. Come back and watch a little Granny basketball to halftime. Okay?
All right, I'll try to do that, Glenn. Go Chiefs.
We'll take a quick, go Chiefs. We'll take a quick 1-minute break, come back and talk with Coach Knack. He'll give numbers. We'll be back right after this timeout on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.